Oh man, you know, I'm going to warn you, I may choke up during this stuff. I've been thinking about this quite a bit. Some of the content has made me choke up. This me back here has made me choke up as we're driving around and around here. My wife is telling me this is like really good. We're moving on. Yeah, so my name is David Bennett, and I was blessed to have attended PHCS. Started as a kindergartner in 1987, and I was probably wearing suspenders. My parents got a big kick out of that yesterday, seeing me in suspenders. I don't have them anymore. I had the good fortune of being at PHCS when they extended all the way to junior high. At the time I graduated in 6th grade, and then they introduced a junior high program, and I was thinking, if I could get as much do this as I could, I could stay, you could have a college here. But I was able to attend through the middle of 8th grade when we moved away. So I actually attended kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, and I was given equal parts Mrs. Dillon for kindergarten and 1st grade, and I was passed on to Miss Heath for a couple of years, and I did my last 3 years with Miss Kinzer. So I have, as Natalie mentioned, I could probably spend 3 hours talking about my memories, but Miss Heath told me I had 5 minutes. I bargained for a last, so I got a 6th minute from her. So I'm going to briefly go over a couple of my memories, and then I have an amazing story to share about my family. I guess my first memory, and I just picked some random memories, I have many, but my first one was the morning in Mrs. Dillon's class. My inquisitiveness got the best of me, and I decided to lick some Elmer's glue off my finger. And I told Mrs. Dillon, I was, I don't know, 1st grade, and she looked at me, she said very seriously, she said, David, go to the bathroom and concentrate. So I did, I concentrated. I did. That was probably the most concentrated I ever had. That was very good advice. Miss Heath was a very good example of some creativity in my eyes. I had his reputation of being an analytical person, numbers, stuff like that, and so hearing Miss Heath continually use words like turkey lurkey, and I was trying to remember exactly how you said it, but you used the term rubber cigar. Did I get that right? Oh, yeah. Yes. And I wish I had had the foresight of buying stock in Diet Pepsi. And I wish I would have told you, because then that more money thing would have been easy. Yeah. And Miss Kinzer, I have many memories as well, but I can remember it was an outdoor ed. I had the good fortune, I think, of attending, 6 outdoor ed at the time. Because with junior high, we still got to the outdoor ed. I think it was only a 4th and 6th grade thing, but I ended up doing 6 somehow. Anyways, one of the years, Miss Kinzer was kind enough to play me in ping pong and proceeded to beat the pants off me. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, this is going to be so fun. I get to play my teacher and beat her. No such luck. But anyways, those are just some good memories. That, of course, I was at the school yesterday, and it is an amazing building, and it's changed over the years, but there was a couple of things that I really missed. One of the things I really missed was seeing the fire horn across the street. That was one of the ways that we learned how to count. Counting the sirens, right? Count the sirens. And it was always so great if it got above 5, because we would just get to eat and stop what we were doing. But I'm going to finish up with a story that I really never thought I'd get to tell. I was wishing I would get to tell it someday. When I started at PHCS, neither one of my parents were saved. My mom's sister, my aunt, was saved, and I just found out about this part of the story yesterday. My aunt had sent my mom trapped in the mail several years before, I think maybe even before I was born, but it's sack and stuff. my parents put me in PHCS, like I said, as a kindergartner, and to this day, I asked them yesterday why. One of them were believers at the time, and the answers I got were things like, oh, we knew it would be a good education, but it was never anything about, like, you're going to get the gospel, or you're going to be involved in the church type thing. But as it was, my mom opened up the tract in like 1987, so right after I started and became a believer, and then was mentored by Bonnie Thomas. I saw Aaron walk in somewhere. And is your mom here today? No, sadly. Okay, but Bonnie Thomas ended up mentoring my mother, and after she became a believer. So from that point on, from 1987 on, my mom started praying to my dad at that point. And I need to mention also that my little sister went to PHCS. She started in kindergarten 2 years after me, and then went all the way up into her 6th grade. And then my older sister also came for a year, a couple years before me. So my family was involved in PHCS for many years. So 1987, my mom gets saved, and I prayed for my dad from then on. And I went off to public junior high and high school, went off to college. All through these years, my parents moved a couple of places around the country. And along the way, like when we were here, my father connected with Jack Garrison and Dan Porter. I don't know if you guys remember the late Dan Porter. He's an amazing man. My dad was connected with these guys, but it was because they were my friends' dads or pastors or whatnot. So, but along the way, through the path of life, my dad has come across high school with some of my buddies' friends that were Muslims and Christian men. So all along, praying for my father again. I got a phone call for Labor Day of 2010 from my mom, and she called and told me that my dad was So, as she was telling me this, a lot of things were racing through my mind, and I had to think back to my time at PHCS. And my mom came to faith, and my mom was mentored by another mother at PHCS. That was when my mom began praying for my dad. And as I grew up and became more aware of things spiritually, I was praying for my dad as well. So I can't help but think that God just has orchestrated all these things in my life, and in his life especially, that back then, in 1987, 23 years ago, before we became saved, my mom started praying for him. So it's an amazing just trail, and PHCS was so involved in that, and I'm amazingly thankful for everything. So PHCS has eternally affected my life, my family's life, and hopefully it's continuing to spread. I love you all, and thank you so much for letting me speak.